guys, what's up? It's your girl Jade Ashley, and I am finally back with an all new video. Now I'm here to do something I absolutely love, and that is to talk about new music. And I am here to talk about Queen Naija's debut album Missunderstood, which just dropped on October 30th. So if you're interested in hearing my thoughts on Queen's new project, then of course you gotta stay tuned for more. Okay guys, so let's get into this album. I have been waiting to do this video. I would have done it a little bit sooner, but I had some technical difficulties with equipment, but we got it straight, we got it together. I had time to digest the album, listen to the words, listen to the messages, and I'm ready to talk about it because I'm so excited. First and foremost, before I even start getting into track by track, now I'm not going to talk about every track, but I'm going to talk about most of the tracks. But before I get into that, I just want to talk about how proud I am of Queen. I'm sure like you guys, I'm sure you guys actually watch Queen on YouTube. You've seen her growth, you've seen her journey and stuff like that. I was made aware of Queen probably back in 2016 or something like that. At that time, her and Chris were still married and whatnot. I've heard her story about how when she was on American Idol and everything, and just to kind of see her transition, just to see how she has been very open about sharing her journey. So whether it was her relationship with Clarence, and then having Clarence's sister Lee manage her, and then watching her, she dropped Medicine. I feel like the people who was excited for Medicine, excited for the music video. I remember when the music video dropped for Medicine, that was just a highly talked about topic at that point in time. Just to watch her, her record deal with Capitol Records, to watch her go on tour, to watch her, despite, I don't want to say despite, but her pregnancy, she didn't let that slow her down, and she just did what she had to do. And I'm just so excited for her. I'm so happy for her. I'm so proud of her. I let you guys know all the time, I'm always happy to see people win and to see their dreams come true, because to me that's only motivation, and I just hope to eventually reach that point within my life as well. But enough of that. Congrats to Queen. I'm so excited for her. I could not wait for this album to drop. I could not wait to listen to it. Now that I have, let's just get into it. So the first track on the album is the intro, and the intro is pretty much a dialogue for the most part. Like I said, Queen, she lives her life on YouTube. She's one of those artists who transitioned from YouTube, or she's a YouTuber that transitioned kind of into music and stuff like that. We're kind of in an era where a lot of artists are transitioning into YouTube. They're sitting there trying to do vlogs and all of this other stuff. A lot of artists actually are trying to come up on YouTube because they're using that as a different outlet to reach their fans and get content and all this other stuff. But she's someone that kind of is the opposite way, where she's coming from YouTube and going into music. So I kind of feel Queen had the advantage of her fans knowing a lot about her versus the regular artist, because she lived her life on camera. So aside from her living her life on camera, there was a lot of criticism that came her way when it came to putting this project together, when it came to her just in general following her musical dreams. So you got the people talking about, oh, she a one-hit wonder, she ain't gonna have nothing past Medicine. Oh, her voice is average. And I'm saying this stuff because these are kind of the sound bites that was featured within the intro and stuff like that. So pretty much she just had the odds against her. That was the gist of the intro. And this is her overcoming, this is her still doing despite what they said she could not do. That's the intro. Then we get into the second song. I feel like the second song, which is Too Much to Say, that is the deepest song, just because she kind of touches on a lot. And I kind of feel like when the album first initially dropped, that was one song that a lot of people gravitated to, because I don't know why, and I said this to my friends the other day, I was like, poor Queen. And I say poor Queen only just because she just want to take care of her kids, live her dreams, and be happy. And there's always non-stop drama, unwanted drama that kind of follows her. So I mean, if you're into social media, if you see kind of the things that go on YouTube and Instagram and all of this other stuff, surrounding the album's release, her ex-husband Chris, whatever, he was arguing with her current boyfriend Clarence. This ex that he has, this is the first time we've ever heard from any of Clarence's exes. I understood there was a book that came out. She said what she had to say. Clarence said what he had to say to kind of refute the claims in this book that was written by somebody. I don't know who. But I just kind of feel like homegirl, she milking the whole situation and she won't shut the hell up. But despite everything that kind of like surrounds Queen and tries to kind of like pull her down. She just kind of like rises above it and whatnot. So she just kind of, you know, touched on a lot of things in a very short amount of time and say what you too much to say, excuse me. So basically, one of the things, or a few of the things that was highlighted within this song, she basically is just saying she has too much to say that she hides. Like, there's a lot that she has to say that she does not say. She kind of talks about her son CJ, which is the eldest son, having to go from home to home. If you watch the vlogs and stuff like that, like literally CJ was going back and forth between Atlanta and I think Chris like lives in Houston or whatever the he live now. Excuse me, I don't mean to curse, but wherever he lives now. So like in the vlogs, you would literally see, you know, CJ, he would like have to really go back and forth to be with his mom, his dad, his mom, his dad. And she talked about that. She talked about how she, you know, it was hard for her, or she didn't know how to tell her son, or she doesn't know how to say to her son that she had to leave his dad because he was breaking her down and stuff like that. I mean, there's always been abuse allegations and stuff, even talked about to this day, or brought up on social media literally to this day. She talked about despite everything that was going on in her previous relationship and stuff like that, she still had to put a smile on and turn a camera on to make money, because like I said, you know, YouTubers turn artists and stuff like that. So she addresses like inappropriate experiences that she had as a kid that she kind of hid from her mom, and you know, she didn't want to talk about, and that's why she doesn't like to judge people when they kind of go through their own experiences and stuff like that. She says pretty much the overall message of this song is pretty much that if she opens her mouth, there's a lot of lives that she can ruin. So there's so much that she has to say, but she, you know, kind of like hides it and stuff like that. So I kind of feel like that was probably the main, you know, record where she like poured a lot out of, and she opened up the album with, you know, like all of the criticism and what people have to say, and then she just was like, look, I got a lot to say that I hide, and that's that. And when I tell you, Queen said, I'm gonna give y'all an R&B album. I'm gonna give y'all an R&B album. So when I tell you that this is an album that you can just listen to straight through, like you could just literally just let the songs just play straight through. She said, I'm gonna give y'all an R&B album, and that's exactly what the hell she did. So the next record after Too Much to Say is I'm Her, featuring Kiana Lede. I hope I'm saying her name right. So there's a lot of artists that I get put onto through Apple Music's like R&B playlists and stuff like that. So I've heard of her before. I can't say a whole bunch of records or stuff like that, but I've seen her name, and I'm pretty sure like I've heard some things from her and stuff like that. But I just kind of feel like literally every song on this album is a vibe. Like when taking my notes, because I wanted to give y'all detailed notes about this album and some of the songs and stuff like that, like one of the constant notes that I kept on saying is that this song is a vibe, and I'm Her is definitely a vibe for sure. Queen definitely carried herself, especially when it comes to, you know, new female R&B artists, them coming together and collaborating, and she held her own. Obviously it's her album, her song and stuff like that, but like I just love how she just sounds on that record. The song is just like a bop. Like, you know, she had enough collaborations on this album, not too many. There were songs where she was solo, there were songs where it was like some good collaborations. So I just kind of felt like that was a really good song to kind of just like open it up, because you know it gets better. So I was like a bop, I would definitely say for sure. The third song, excuse me, well actually this is the fourth song, with the third actual like song is Pack Light. So Pack Light is a previous single that was released prior to the album dropping. So Pack Light, it samples Erykah Badu's Bag Lady. And if you guys seen the music video, which I'm pretty sure you've seen by now, that kind of has like a old school, I want to say it was like 1950s, 60s type of vibe and stuff like that. And Tiana Taylor, I think there's two music videos actually, if I'm not mistaken. But Tiana Taylor, she directed the music video. And yeah, like there was a lot of songs that kind of released from this album, especially leading up to the album's release, that I actually didn't want to pay attention to, only just because I wanted to experience it in all its glory when it came to the sequence of the album. But Pack Light was definitely a song that was out a little bit right before the album dropped and stuff like that. So that was something that we got to vibe to, that we got to familiarize ourselves with before the album actually dropped. So the next song after Pack Light is A Lie to Me featuring Lil Durk. Now that was one of the songs that I released like a little bit right before the album dropped. So I heard about the song, I saw the music video and everything, but I didn't allow myself to indulge and sink into that song just because I wanted it to kind of like be a part of the flow when I listened to the album. And when I tell you, Lie to Me featuring Lil Durk is my song. I absolutely love that song. So when I listened to the album when it came out, I listened to it like back to back. So the first thing I thought of when I listened to Lie to Me was, if you know that scene from the movie Soul Food when Miles, he plays the piano for Faith during her her audition, like her little dance audition and stuff like that. And he starts playing the piano. So pretty much he plays the song A Dream that is sampled by A Dream by DeBarge. And for yellow throwback, so A Dream by DeBarge, that's where the original sample comes from. And for us 90s babies, we know Tupac, I Ain't Mad At Ya. So Tupac's I Ain't Mad At Ya samples the DeBarge song, and then that sample is now a part of Queen's song. So literally instantly, as soon as the song drops, that's the first vision that I get in my head, is that scene from Soul Food with Miles and Faith, and you know, she's doing a little dancing and whatnot. That's literally the first thing that pops in my mind. But I absolutely love that record. What I love about that record is it's one of those songs, it's very few up-tempo songs on this album, so I kind of feel like that's like that first song that kind of gives you a little bit of like a more of an up-tempo. Now, I don't know if I'm interpreting the message of the song just right, but pretty much the lyrics read, love me good and lie to me, don't want no broken promises, don't want no apologies. So what I'm thinking of is, love me good. Like, y'all gotta comment below and let me know if I'm interpreting this right. But love me good and so how I think about it is, love me good enough to lie to me and don't, you know, break my heart, don't give me broken promises, I don't want no apologies. So it was just like, love me good enough to hide all the bad for me. Like, I don't want none of the hear the bad stuff. I don't want no broken promises, no apologies. Love me that good that you will hide that from me. That's pretty much what I got from it. But I love the song. The song is a vibe. I'm completely here for it. She looks so cute in the music video, and that's definitely one of my favorite. If I have to give you a top 5, that's number 1. At the end, I'm gonna give you my top 5, but definitely just know that Lie to Me featuring Lil Durk is in my top 5 when it comes to this album. The next record after that is Dream, and which I thought it was ironic is that the song actually samples A Dream from DeBarge, and then the next song is Dream featuring Lucky Daye. Now, when I saw that Lucky Daye was on the album, I got excited just because he's one of, you know, the up-and-coming R&B artists that has so much soul in his voice. So I was so excited to see what him and Queen were gonna do on a record together. And I have to say, I kind of feel like this is probably one of the most soulful songs in the album. But what I love the most is the mesh of Queen's voice and Lucky Daye's voice and the harmonies. Like, you're not gonna get any good harmonies on any other single on this album except for Dream featuring Lucky Daye. Like, you're gonna get the best harmonies. Like, she has other features and stuff like that, but the harmonies on this record, wow, I love it. I absolutely love it. I told y'all, Queen said I'm gonna give y'all R&B, and she gave us R&B. So aside from that, Love Language was another record that she dropped like right before the album dropped. So I saw she has a music video for that as well. I believe Tiana Taylor directed the music video for that song as well. And like I said, I allowed myself not to get into these songs until the album dropped because I wanted to hear it in its sequence. I wanted to hear it how it was put together and how it was meant to be when it came to this project. But I absolutely love Love Language. She got very sexy on this album, I will say. If you watch the vlogs and stuff like that, Queen, she likes to joke, she likes to be goofy, and you know, I feel like she kind of has like this layer of protection. So I kind of feel like in her music, she kind of revealed a new side to herself. Like, I know, you know, she got clearance and, you know, she tried to be sexy or whatever, but I just kind of feel like in her music, she allowed herself to just be a little bit more sexy. Like, she revealed a lot of herself when it came to the sexual side. Not saying that she was like explicit, but you know, she just kind of gave a new side of herself when it came to the music. And Love Language is definitely one of those records where you just kind of see the sexier side of Queen, without a doubt. And then also the visual as well. She's a little bit more sexy in the music video as well. But aside from that, Without You featuring Russ. Now, my note that I put down for Without You is I kind of feel like she was definitely very, very soulful on this record. Basically, what would I do without you? I don't know what I would do if I had to live without you and stuff like that. So, just repetitive, you know, choruses and stuff like that, and just her showcasing her vocal ability on this record was definitely a good song. Like I said, the repetitive note that I had when doing, you know, wanting to talk about these songs in detail is I just kept on saying it's a bop. It's a bop. And Without You featuring Russ is definitely a bop for sure. Aside from that, y'all know I can't sing, but mean what you say. Say and mean what you say. Queen, girl, she really did it. I'm glad she took her time with this. She let us know in the vlogs that she didn't want to rush this project. She wanted to, you know, give it her all, and she wanted to work with the right people, work with the right writers, producers. She wanted the vibes to be right, and I definitely feel like she got the vibes down pat when it came to this, because Say What You Say, I feel like that was one of the songs that she went the hardest vocally. Like, you know, a lot of people, like she put in the intro, people was like, oh, her voice is average and this and that. But I kind of just feel like, say that if you want to hear Queen's vocals, if you want to hear her go hard, I just kind of feel like Say What You Mean What You Say is one of those records without a doubt. Bitter. Now, I feel like Bitter featuring Mulatto is like the theme song of this entire album. Like, if you needed something to just kind of like be an overall like, oh yeah, like that's the theme song of this album, I just kind of feel like Bitter is that. Bitter is like the second in the last like up-tempo record on this project, and it just feel good. It's just like a feel good record. She literally dropped that record the week of the album dropping. She dropped her album on October 30th. Right now, while I'm recording this, is November 3rd. So it's only been a few days. It hasn't been a week yet, but she dropped it the same week that the album came out. And I just kind of feel like it was a really good matchup. You know, Mulatto, she's really hot right now. 2020 was a really good year for her. She, you know, did XXL's freshman class, and you know, she got the record with Gucci. I think she broke like a record with her album. Like, she's a really good hot, up and coming like female rapper right now. Queen is up and coming when it comes to like the R&B side of things. So I just kind of feel like that was a really good collaboration. Like I said, I feel like this is like the theme song of the album. Just really feel good. The intro to this record features Pretty V. You know how she gets, and you know, she be all funny and, you know, just out there and just a lot. So that was the intro to this record. Aside from that, One Time featuring Tusi. When I tell, like, I literally put a whole vibe, like in all capital letters, like vibes. When you think of Queen Naija's debut album, Missunderstood, just put the whole word vibes in big black letters on this, like, vibes. Like, that's exactly what she served and gave to us when it came to this album. Now, other records, because like I said, I wasn't going to talk about every single record. I just really wanted to talk about the records that just really, like, I listened to repeatedly back to back. But aside from that, she has a song Pressure. Now, Pressure is, she just released the music video to that as well. That was the first music video she released after dropping the album. 5 Seconds featuring Jacquees. Now, I know she's been teasing, like, prior in the, you know, the music video, not the music videos, the YouTube videos and stuff like that. She talked about doing a record with Jacquees. I'm not gonna lie, I just kind of felt like because I knew Jacquees was on the album way before we knew the album title, before we saw like the track listing, that was just one person that she just let us know that she had worked with. I thought that the record with Jacquees was gonna be a little bit hotter. Like, it's a good song, definitely a vibe and stuff like that, but I just expected more from that, to just be completely honest. She has her song Pretend, Trial and Ever, Butterflies Part 2. So Butterflies Part 2, I believe, is like the very first single from this album that was actually dropped. Fun fact, her first project, which was the Birth of Queen Naija EP, which released back in 2018, I believe that was, it was like only like 5-6 songs or something like that on there. So my favorite record from her first project was actually Butterflies, which is a song about Clarence and stuff like that. But Butterflies is literally my favorite record. So when Butterflies Part 2 came out, I was absolutely excited about it, just because I was like, I mean, if I love the first one, I'm gonna love the second one, right? And I really do love the second one. She showed like behind the scenes on YouTube and stuff or whatever. You know, she has a music video to that. So, you know, Butterflies, I believe, was probably like the leading single, I want to say, because like I said, it was like the first single, but it was really good. And then she has the song Beautiful, and pretty much when I think of the song Beautiful, I think of the J. Cole line, which is there's beauty in the struggle. So pretty much the struggle leading to beautiful outcomes and stuff like that. But I absolutely love Queen's debut album, Missunderstood. I feel like it's a really good debut project. I feel like as a whole, as a package, it's good. Like I said, Queen, compared to other artists, she has the advantage of she's lived her life on the internet already. So a lot of people already kind of get to know about her. So I just kind of feel like this album is a good representation of the Queen that we've all grown to love and learn about throughout the years and stuff like that. But if you checked out Queen's debut album, Missunderstood, definitely comment below and let me know your thoughts. Let me know your favorite records. Oh, and I did say I was going to give you my top 5. So if I had to say my top 5 from this album, it would definitely have to be Lie to Me. It would definitely have to be Say What You Mean. Say and mean what you say. I love that record. Definitely Better with Mulatto. I definitely want to say Dream with Lucky Day. Like I told y'all, the harmonies, crazy. And then for my 5th one, if I had to choose one, I would probably have to say Without You. Yeah, those would be my top 5s. I absolutely love this album. Definitely get it and listen to it if you haven't already. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and I will check y'all next time. So bye. Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to share and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.